Many studies have been conducted over the years to try to determine why it is that some people are more successful than others. Hundreds and even thousands of salespeople, staff, and managers have been interviewed, tested, and studied in an attempt to identify the common denominators of success. One of the most important success factors discovered over and over again is the quality of action orientation. Successful people are intensely action-oriented. They seem to move faster than unsuccessful people. They are busier. They try more things, and they try harder. They start a little earlier, and they stay a little later. They are in constant motion. Unsuccessful people, on the other hand, start at the last moment necessary and quit at the first moment possible. They are fastidious about taking every minute of coffee breaks, lunch hours, sick leave, and vacations. They sometimes brag, "When I'm not at work, I never even think about it." We used to have an employee who was always late. When we spoke to him about this, he explained that his reason for being late was the traffic. We suggested to him that he leave earlier so that the traffic would not be a problem. He was shocked. He said, "But if I left earlier and there was no traffic, I might arrive at work earlier than my starting time. I couldn't possibly do that." Needless to say, we soon let him go and hired someone else with a greater sense of responsibility and commitment. We heard later that he has continued on with the endless round of part-time jobs and unemployment that has marked his career throughout his life. His attitude of doing the very least possible and starting at the last possible moment has set him up for failure time and time again. In his famous essay, Compensation, Ralph Waldo Emerson wrote that you will always be compensated in life in direct proportion to the value of your contribution. If you want to increase the size of your rewards, you must increase the quality and quantity of your results. If you want to get more out, you have to put more in. And there is no other way. Napoleon Hill found that the key quality of successful men and women, most of whom started at the bottom, many of them penniless, was that early in life they developed the habit of going the extra mile. They discovered, as the old saying goes, that there are never any traffic jams on the extra mile. In one study of self-made millionaires, researchers interviewed thousands of men and women who had started with nothing and who had accumulated more than $1 million in the course of their careers. These self-made millionaires almost unanimously agreed that their success was the result of always doing more than they were paid for. They had made it a habit from their first jobs to always put in more than they took out. They were always looking for ways to contribute beyond what was expected of them.